Hey guys, welcome back to Pancake Tech. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of a review. Um, Fortunately, there's not going to be any Pancake Bandits today. Kind of having a YouTube vlog. I can't think of any funny content for the Pancake Bandit today, unfortunately. So we're going to be doing just a regular review. It's not going to be super long. It's going to be quick. Just something that I can post because I'm just trying to start up my YouTube and trying to work out all the little cobwebs and stuff like that. I'm just trying to get videos out there so I can grow my channel pretty much. But today we're going to be talking about the Sightmark red dot, the A-spec version, and the 3x magnifier, the TX 3, I believe it is what they call it. Or maybe it's the T3. I'll have to go back and look at that. Because they make two of them. One's a little bit more expensive than the other one. I got the cheaper one just because I was thinking, hey, what about the people that don't make much money but they want to have, kind of cool and good working sights and magnifiers on their guns. So this is kind of what that video is going to be about. So let's get to the video. Gun is clear. There's nothing in the chamber. So, and the gun is on safe. Always make sure whenever you're, messing around with your guns and you're not ready to shoot it, just make sure, you render them safe before anything. So anyways, so this is the A-spec Sightmark red dot. It is a pretty cool sight. Especially for the price. I got this one for $130. I got it off Amazon. Don't give me shit for it. It actually has really good reviews as far as I've seen. It is cheap, but at these times with all this bullshit and gas prices skyrocketing, you're looking ways to save money, especially if you're someone like me and you don't make, loads of money and you got other stuff that you got to pay for, but you still want something cool to put on your rifle. So this variation of the Sightmark, because there's three different ones. There's the A-spec, which is just, the regular, really cheap version of this red dot. Then there's the A-spec, which is a step up from that. And then there's the the M-spec, which is supposed to be military. And that one's supposed to have a little bit better stuff on it. So this one comes with, your regular red dot, and it runs off of CR123A style batteries. You do have the different sight pictures that you can choose from here on the back. You probably really can't see it, unfortunately, but there's just like a little toggle switch back here on the back of the sight that you can flip from kind of like the circle with the dot in the middle, just a regular, red dot, and then you have the cross dots, and then there's one more, which is just a circle. But it's really cool. The only issue that I see with using the different, or switching from one shape dot to the other ones is it's not gonna line up the same if you're already zeroed to that one specific shape. So if you go and switch it to the other one, it's not going to be zeroed properly. So my suggestion would be find the dot that you like, keep it on that one, and don't really mess with it. And if you want to, just make sure that to keep your zero, you go back out and you zero it again to that. I mean, it's not going to be off, crazy. I've already tried it out. It was something that they mentioned in their manual, that if you do switch from one reticle shape to the other, that the zero will not be what it was when on your first reticle that you sighted in on. So anyways, so far I've had this for about a month and a half. It's held its zero very well. I know people talk, oh, those cheaper sights and stuff like that, they don't hold their zero worth crap, and after 100 rounds you're gonna have to re-zero it all over again. And as far as I've noticed, which I'm not the greatest shot anyways, it's held at zero perfectly fine for me. I've had no issues with it. I've shot this thing out to 100 yards and still hit the target. So, I don't know what they're complaining about. Every gun you're going to have to re-zero at some point, so I don't know if I can say for sure or not how well this is going to hold its zero compared to others, but I know every once in a while you're going to need to go and re-zero your sight. So really, is it that big of a deal? Just make sure that you're staying zeroed. You have to do that with all your weapons, or all your sights, I should say. So I don't really see that as a big deal. But like I said before, the only con that I see so far is the reticle selection. If there was only 2 separate reticle selections, that might not be as bad. And the reasoning behind that is because in between each switch, so there's 4 on here, like I kind of explained before. There's 4 on here, so switching between each one, you're not going to get it perfectly set. Where it's hard to explain, but it won't match up perfectly. If there's just 2 of them where you could switch back and forth and it'd line up perfectly, where the sight reticle, whatever you want to fucking call it, shape would match up, might not be as big of an issue, but for now, I just sighted it in on one and I keep it on that one. Just in case. Like I said before, it's not going to be crazy different zero-wise, but at longer ranges, it's going to make a big deal if you try to shoot that far. So, but anyways, so to move on from that, we have the Sightmark T3 Magnifier. It flips, so that's really awesome. So far, this thing, it's alright. I haven't had one before, and I've never looked through any other one besides this. So I'm not really sure. There's not much that I can compare this to. I've looked through, regular rifle scopes, but that's about all that I have to go off of on this. And what I will say is the eye relief is not great. I don't know if the TX3, which is the better version of the x3, is any better about that, but it kind of is what it is. It's a $100 magnifier. It's not going to be perfect and great. And one other issue that I see with this is, and I don't know if there's some kind of way you can adjust it, which I don't believe there is. If you might be able to see it here. Let me see if I can turn this correctly. So the back of this is a little bit high, so you can see it when you're looking through the magnifier. And it's really not too noticeable. It's not in your way. It's just kind of annoying when you're trying to look down your sight, and you kind of have like this little black shadow at the bottom of your sight picture. So that's not very ideal. There may be a way you can fix that. I don't know for sure. It'll be something that I'll be looking into and trying to figure out if there's any way I can fix that. But as of right now, that's kind of my only 2 complaints that I have about it. I've used it again. I've used it when I was shooting 100 yards. Holds its zero great. Like I said, I've had it for about a month and a half, maybe 2 months. I'm not sure. And I probably shot over 300-400 rounds through it. So I think that's pretty good. Because the sights I've had before, just like little cheap $50 Walmart sights that I've used, they don't hold worth the crap. You'll shoot, a couple times and you find yourself readjusting every 5 freaking rounds. So This, to me, this is a great budget sight setup. If you like the magnifier route, you can. I think this is a good one to start off with. If you have the extra, $200, I might say go with the TX3, which is supposed to be a lot better than this one. Which I will be doing a review on that one whenever I go and pick one up. So you guys can look forward to that and wait for me to buy it if you guys don't want to, buy it and try it out yourself first. Which that's what I do. I don't just go straight and buy something. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. Sometimes I'll go do a little research on it before I go and buy it. But in this case, I was just like, hey, I want, it's pretty cool. I think it looks pretty cool. Just on the little Amazon page, it had pretty good reviews. So I was like, yeah, let me go ahead and pick it up, and I'll do a review on it later, so I can keep other people from buying it or not buying it. So that's kind of what I'm running right now. This doesn't take any batteries. Someone might ask. I don't know. But no, it does not take any batteries. It's the only thing that takes batteries is the actual red dot, and like I said, it is the CR123A batteries. The other cool thing about this sight, it has the quick detach rail, so you just flip this little switch here, or lever, and it pops right off. Same with this thing, you pull this back and you can release it. That is a cool feature, that it has that little locking mechanism right there. I don't know if you can really see it or not. Trying to get into the light. It's right here. You just pull it back and you flip it up and you can take it off if you need to. Make sure you tighten them down, because I almost lost this the other day when I was shooting because I didn't tighten it down properly all the way. I thought I hand tightened it far enough, but no, I did not. So make sure you do that. And the sight as well, make sure you tighten that up. In the little box that they give you with your manual and your sight and stuff like that, it comes with a little tiny wrench that you can fit inside this slide under here. That way you can tighten that down, because they send it to you, adjusted pretty well, but it's not perfect. So you're going to want to do some adjusting to that. One other thing that I've noticed with this sight specifically is that, which I don't know, I've never had, expensive red dots that are, supposed to be all this and that, but it does have a little bit of a lens glare. And what I mean by that is, like, whenever you look down the red dot, you can see kind of like, what do they call it? Starfish, or I can't remember. I don't know what it's called, but it just, like, the red dot itself has a little bit of, like, streaks going through it. But it kind of depends on if you run it super bright, or if you run it, or you adjust it to a lower light setting, and then it'll kind of go away. Also, it has to do with how bright it is outside, and all that other stuff. But the other cool thing about this is, on the A-spec, it has a night vision mode. So if you turn it on and then you have night vision, or something like that, you can hit the little night vision switch, which is right next to the power button, and it'll go into night vision mode. So I don't have night vision, so I can't test it out, unfortunately. Plan on getting night vision eventually, but if you guys ever looked into it, it's freaking expensive. So that will be happening for a little while, and hopefully I'll still have this sight on here so I can test it out and do a review about it again, just specifically on the night vision mode. But we will see what happens at a later date. So this does have 10 brightness settings, and how you literally just press the power button once to turn it on, and then 10 times you can adjust it down, up, whatever. And it does go only one way, so you have to go all the way down and then back up to the brightest level setting if you're trying to adjust it. And then to turn it off, you hold it down for hold the power down for a few seconds, and then the whole thing will shut off. Other cool feature, I've also like about this is the automatic shutoff. Say you just got done, shooting at the range or whatever, and you cut the saw on and then you forget to turn it off. And like I've ran into with other sites, you leave it on and then you go back to go shooting, 2 days a week or whatever, and the battery's pretty much almost dead or completely dead, and you have to go get a new battery. This has an hour shut off, so after that hour, just done. Don't have to worry about cutting it off if you forget. Which is ideal to turn it off whenever you're done using it, just to save that much more battery. But it's not a big deal, because I believe this, I think it's 20,000 hours, if I'm not mistaken, of battery life. So I'll look that up again and I'll put it in the description if it's different. But I'm pretty sure it's 20,000. It might be. I don't think it's 2,000. So I think that's really awesome. Saving you battery life, that's saving you money in the long run, because these CR123A batteries, they are not cheap, unfortunately. And I use them in my flashlights, so I went and bought a rechargeable CR123A battery, but it's one of the longer ones, so I can't use it in this, unfortunately. I'll have to go get some more rechargeable ones here later on. But that's pretty much all we have for today. You can pick just the A-spec up for around $130, and then you can get the T3 magnifier for $100. And then I think the TX which is the better version of this, of the magnifier, is around 300. Or not 300, 200. I got threes all stuck in my head right now. So yeah, this is about 200. This is about 130, if I'm remembering correctly. And then the M-spec, I can't really remember. I didn't look too much into the M-spec just because I was trying to make it as budgeted as possible. So you guys can, who don't want to spend a bunch of money, can go and get a pretty good setup for a reasonable price. Eventually, I will end up doing an actual torture test on these sights, just to see how durable and reliable they really are. Just don't want to do that right now because I don't have any good backup sights to use in case they break, which I'm pretty confident that they won't, but they are a little bit cheaper sights, so you never know. They seem pretty durable and sturdy, but I just want to make sure, and I don't want to mess up my only good set of sights I got right now. But anyways, guys, y'all have a good day. Please go like and subscribe as well, and watch the other videos if you want to. I'd appreciate it. And share me if you like any of my videos. Tell your friends. I'd really love to grow this channel, and like to do this more, and bring you guys more content and give me any ideas that you guys would like to see. So anyways, till next time, guys, peace out.
Even when you feel low, you can still go. Even when you feel slow, you can still go. Even when there's no hope, you can still go. I never answer to no.